What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Shout out to the members of the channel. I love me some members. Let me encourage you to join up, become a member, so I can love you so much too. And also, hey, shout out to the Point of View crew and Trip on This. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about and covering AVS, Antelope Valley Skinheads. And just like I always do, because that's the way I like to do it, I put 3 stories in this video, so let's not waste any time. Let's get it, let's go. Now, the first dude I'm going to talk about, I met him in Kern County Jail. And he was an alright guy, but I could tell immediately he was a shark type of dude that would prey on weaker inmates. Since I'm not a weaker inmate, I wasn't worried about it, but hey, I identified it. I knew the type of dude he was, homeboy, right away. His name was Nazi. Let me just go ahead and throw that out there, which I think is a ridiculous name. And believe it or not, it's not the only person, he's not the only dude I met with that name. I met about 3 or 4 Nazis throughout the years. Silly name. And I'm going to go so far as to say that this dude Nazi, he was in the Tehachapi shoe and he met Popeye. Yes, that Popeye, the one who was the big dog. He was the head honcho in the Meadow in P9, and for several years, everyone looked up to him, Woods and Skinheads alike. He was the man, homeboy, for a long time. He set an example. Anyway, he was all the way with the business. Not so sure anymore. But be that as it may, what I'm saying is, Nazi ran into Popeye at the Tehachapi shoe, and even Popeye told him, dude, get a new nickname. That's not a cool nickname, like, at all. I'm not saying Splinter is the coolest nickname out there, but I think it's a hell of a lot better than a Nazi. But let's not judge a guy by, like, his name. Let's just keep on running with the story. Did I just say like? Let's not judge a guy, like, by his name. I don't know where that came from. Let's not judge a book by its cover. Let's not judge a dude by his name, unless you want to. Then I'll have your back if you want to do it. But hey, let's just keep going with the story, Splinter. So Nazi, I meet him in Kern County Jail. He's a shark. Now, this dude came over, this Peckerwood, came over from a different part of the Kern County Jail. We were in D-Pod. He came from, I believe, Mel Minimum, the farm. Not even sure where he came from. But this dude showed up with an injury. Showed up with stitches above his eyebrow. And he didn't have any kind of kite. He didn't have any kind of word about why he's like that. And if you go from one place to another in county jail or reception or prison, 1 yard to the other yard, from 1 yard to another yard, and you're all beat up, you should have a kite. You should have a kite from someone saying, hey, this is why he's like this. He either got into a little miniature riot. Maybe he got into a 2-on-1 and the victim got a lucky punch. Maybe he was in a 1-on-1 mutual combat. But you don't just want to show up someplace beat up with no kite, because then it looks like you're the victim. It looks like you were removed. And no one's going to allow a victim to be kicking it in their spot, because it looks like that one place got rid of their trash, and now you're just going to like welcome it in. Welcome another block, another yard, another pod's trash with open arms. Never that. It is not good enough for over there. If he got beat up over there, then he can't be here. So we were trying to figure it out, what's up with this dude. He's a Wood, so it's Wood business. Nazi's a skinhead, but he just so happened to be one cell next to him. He was next door to this Wood who showed up all beat up. Dude, and Nazi started getting at him. And I kept my eye on it tough because I knew Nazi was a shark, and I wasn't going to let him prey on this Wood, homeboy. Because I'm a Wood, and I ain't going to allow it. Just like Nazi wouldn't allow it if I was preying on one of his young comrade homies. If I was preying on some skinhead, I'm sure he wouldn't let it ride. So I'm noticing he's getting at him. He's even giving him a soup, welcome to the tier, gave him some coffee. And I'm thinking, dude, he's being pretty nice to an unchecked individual. To an unchecked inmate, he's being very nice to this dude. Usually, you feed him with a long spoon. You kind of just have very few words for him while you're doing an investigation. You figure out where the hell he came from. But then I figured out why Nazi was being so cool. I figured out why Nazi was being so nice to him and wanting to sweep under the rug that he showed up on weird terms. It's because the kid was getting Vicodin. This youngster Wood was getting Vicodin, and Nazi was pressing him for the pills. And basically, like, give me your pills, and we're not going to trip on you showing up out of the woodwork all beat up. Which I don't know if you know it or not, but it's a big no-no. You could be getting in trouble just for that, just based on. So Nazi wasn't even doing an investigation. He wasn't tripping on it. He told the dude, the Wood, hey, get comfortable. You're all good to stay here. Just keep on sliding those Vicodin. on the side of his Vicodin. Now, when I found out about that, dude, I was pissed. I was so mad that when the cops let my cellie out for a visit, even though I didn't have a visit because we were all on lockdown, I came running out of my cell. The tower cop's yelling at me, "What are you doing? What are you doing? No passing things," because now I'm going up the tier. I live on the bottom tier. Nazi lives upstairs. Bro, I went upstairs to push up on his door, homeboy, to get at him face to face. Yeah, there was a door there. It's not like I can do any swinging, homeboy, but I could sure set some swinging up for later. But I was pissed, dog, enough to get at him on his door. I went up there and I said, "Dude, are you taking that youngster's pills?" I know why I call him a youngster, probably because he's my age. Anyone who's like weaker, you look at him as younger, don't you? He might have been older than me. Hey, you taking that youngster's pills? He's like, "Oh, yeah, you shot me some." I could tell by his stuttering, bro, that he was in the wrong, because Nazi really ain't the type of stutter. I'm not saying he's any type of a bitch, punk, or lame. I'm saying he was a solid-ass dude. But usually, when you have a guilty conscience, bro, it's kind of hard for you to be down for your crooked moves now, isn't it? When you know you're in the wrong, it's kind of hard to defend it, verbally or otherwise. So I could tell by his stuttering. I said, "Well, dude, you ain't taking no more of his pills. I'm going to figure out where he came from. I just don't even want you to talk to him no more. Just leave that fool alone." But the bad part about it is, and I went to bat for this dude too, because everyone was tripping on him, and I was the one wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt. But since that youngster seen me on the door talking to Nazi, and it was right next door, so he broke his good ear out, and he noticed, and he heard that we were talking about him. He got scared. He beat feet. He also noticed a move I did to where my cellie got a visit, and then I came running out the cell and ran up there. So he did the same thing. Smart as could be, a sharp dude, if you ask me, because not too much later, an hour or so later, his cellie got a visit. And he came running out the cell just like I did, but instead of going upstairs or down the tier or over here to talk to somebody, he went straight running out the door. You know, the crazy part about that is his cellie got beat up for it. What I'm saying is he rolled it up first chance he got because he heard me and Nazi talk about him on the door. Even though all I was doing was defending him, he was good for now, unless it's way worse than we thought. He went running out the cell. And so what do you think is going to happen to his cellie when his cellie comes back from visits? Like, dude, where'd your cellie go? That would have showed up from wherever, who was getting the Vicodin. Why did he go running past you and go outside? Why didn't you punch him in his face on his way out? Why didn't you stop him from leaving? I didn't know he was going to do it. I didn't know he was going to do it. Bro, ignorance is going to get you nowhere. It's going to make you actually look even worse because, dude, how could you be so dumb? Didn't you see him running past you? So, bro, all I'm trying to say is Nazi was an all right dude. He was a shark, and I guess that weak-ass Wood was a straight-up Caucasian. He was a straight-up knack after all. But the bad thing I'll say about Nazi is as soon as he got out, because we exchanged numbers, we were going to do some things on the streets. As soon as he got out, picked up 6 years for Quete, one of these things. Dude, I don't even know why people get out of prison and go straight to grabbing one. Like, what do you need it for? At least kick it for a month or two. Don't start committing hardcore felonies from Jump Street. But be that as it may, bro, the next story. Trip on this. There was this dude, he's one of those hardest skins I ever met. This dude was hard as nails. He was all the way with the business. Now, his case was kind of like somewhat of a high-profile case at the time. This dude from AVS, the skinhead from Antelope Valley. And his trip was, his mom was fighting with his stepdad. And his mom wanted to murk the stepdad, like we hear about so often. I mean, go to YouTube and look at the murder mysteries, and like every other story is a spouse taking out a spouse, homeboy. Very common, unfortunately. So his mom got mad at the stepdad, wanted to murk him, wanted to take him out, but she didn't need to hire a hitman, did she? No, because her son was a badass skinhead. Homeboy, him and his comrades are with the business. They're straight killers, dude. Why would she need to go anywhere? So she got her son and two of his friends, these 3 dudes from Antelope Valley skinheads, murked dude's stepdad. Murked him. And he got caught right away. Because let me just say, if you don't already know, dude, it's very difficult to get away with that sort of thing these days. With phones being the way they are, with a camera on every freaking street corner and every doorbell. I mean, there's cameras everywhere. Your phones will get you caught up if the cameras don't. So, dude, they got caught ASAP. I was in D1 with him. He had the keys. He had no remorse. He just said he just felt bad about how his mom got caught up in it. He tried to shield her from it. Tried to act like she didn't know. He did it on his own accord. Of course, they weren't going for it. Bro, his mom got life just like him and his 2 homeboys did. He didn't give a rip. the crazy part about it, now let me get into the story though. He did one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Because at that time, they had a rule, it had just came out, where there's no psych meds. A Peckerwood cannot take psych meds, cannot take hot meds, cannot do it. And the reason being is, that's how people were debriefing in Pelican Bay. That's how people were starting to debrief and tell. Because they'd asked to get on some psych meds. They put a little slip in to see the psych doctor. And when you see a psych doctor, it's just you and that doctor off in the corner, off in the room, quiet as can be. No one can hear you. No one can see you talk to that psych doctor. That's how it's designed, because that stuff is private. That's not for anybody else's ears. So CDC will accommodate you, tuck you in the cut, just you and your psych doctor, so you could just spill the beans, homeboy. But a lot of times, dudes went too far spilling the beans. They didn't spill their own personal demons and their own beans. They told on everybody. They start debriefing and snitching through their psych doctor. So the homeboys, the big homies, said no going to a psych doctor, no hot meds, period. So we're at day room, kicking it, chilling, Woods, Skinheads, and this NAC, you know what a NAC is? It's a non-affiliated convict. It's spelled NAC. A white dude who we would look down on is a Caucasian, that's an insult, and a NAC, a non-affiliated convict. Like no one claims you. You don't belong to any organization. You're just nothing. You're just non-affiliated, you Caucasian. Straight up insult. People try to insult me and call me a knack, and they spell N-A-C-K, and just shows me, dude, how dumb they really are. So, dude, we're at day room, a bunch of solid Woods and Skins, and a couple of knacks. And this knack was there, and he said, hey, I'm going to see a psych doctor. I'm going to get on some psych meds. And that skinhead from AVS, who had the building, who was all the way with the business, said, no, you're not. No, you're not. He's like, yeah, I need him. Yeah, I am. Why? What are you going to do if I do? And he said, dude, I'm going to stomp you out. I'm going to smooth stomp you out. You're not getting on psych meds in my building. It ain't going to happen. So dude, like, oh, okay, whatever, I stomped out. We just figured that was the end of that. We thought that was the end of it. He was going to go off in a corner somewhere and snarf, I can't get my hot meds. But no, I guess he had a plan to just go ahead and get him anyhow, because about 3 or 4 days later, we're all on lockdown, no one in the day room, everyone's stuck in their cells, everyone's stuck in their cells, which is often the case on D-Yard, and I hear a door crack. And here comes that knack, that round here, door crack, here comes that little old knack, gonna get hit with the whack, whack, whack. Okay, this knack comes out of his cell, bro. They crack the door, and I see a psych doctor. I see a doctor come walk in the building. This fool's getting ready to see a psych doctor. He's going to get his hot meds after all. And they took him in the little corner. I told you they're going to provide an office for you, tucked in the cut where no one can hear your business. And they put him in this little room, and they're sitting there talking for 10 to 15 minutes. And me and my cellie are discussing it. I'm saying, that dude's not going to come back here. My cellie's like, I agree. There's no way that dude's balls are that big to be at day room. Say, I'm getting on hot meds. The dude has a building said, no, you're not. If you do, I'm going to stomp you out. Him get him anyway, and then come back to the building and try to program around us? Ain't going to happen. I knew dude was just out there snitching. Not only was he getting his hot meds, he was in the process of rolling it up. Dude, any minute we're going to see the cops go in his cell and start packing his shiznit, dog. He's out of here. What a biatch. I knew he was a Caucasian. I knew he was a knack. And while me and my cellie are sitting there talking smack about him, we hear another door open. Another door opens, and someone else walks in. Oh, a counselor. Someone's here to see their counselor. And whose is it? It's that skinhead from AVS. It's that skinhead from AVS, whose name I'm being careful not to say. Bro, he got a counselor? Now, that's the best day of your whole stay at Wasco Reception, because that counselor's going to come, endorse you to another prison, finally get you out of reception. He's going to endorse you to a main line. Dude, you're finally out of Wasco Reception, bro. Yay, yay, yay. So a counselor came to see someone, and they pulled out the dude from AVS, bro. The skinhead who has the keys to the building. But he didn't just casually walk down the stairs and just go to a table and talk to his counselor. Oh, no. As soon as his cell door opened, he took off running. And he went right up in that little room where that dude was having a psych visit, getting the hot meds. He told him, dude, I'm going to stomp you out, homeboy. You didn't think he forgot that promise, did you? You didn't think he was going to let this shit slide, did you? So he goes in there, grabs him, throws him on the ground, starts stomping him out. Then the teacher jumps, not the teacher, the doctor, the psych med, hot med doctor goes to grab that skinhead and pull him off. And knocks him out too. It takes 4 or 5 cops to go in there and pull him out. And when they're dragging him out the cell block, they're saying to him, "You're going to court for this. We're filing charges." And he said, "Fuck you. I just beat a death penalty case. Think I give a fuck?" And that's one of the hardest things I think I ever heard in prison. I don't give a fuck. I just beat a death penalty case. Bring it. I mean, dude, how can you scare someone who didn't beat a case like that, homeboy? Well, I mean, he got life sentence. He did beat it. He beat the death penalty. So, damn, you're not scaring him with a little write-up. You're not going to scare him with, threaten him with a year or two. That dude don't get scared of nothing. That's how I see it. Anyway, he stomped him out. He smashed him. No hot meds for you. Now, this next dude, his name is Devil. I've been doing time with him ever since I was 18. And when I was 18, I could tell when we were in county jail that he kind of hung out with black dudes on the streets. I could tell by the way he walked and the way he talked that he did a little bit more than listen to rap, homeboy. He's probably sagging them britches. He was hanging out with blacks on the streets. And one time I invited him to church in county jail on the farm, male minimum, when I was 18. We're both 18. I was like, "Hey, dude, you want to go to church?" He's like, "No, I'm the devil." I was like, "Oh, so you are the devil now." I thought it was just your nickname. Like, my name's Splinter, but I'm not saying that I actually am a splinter. I thought your nickname was Devil, but no. Oh, so you actually are the devil himself. How scary. So no on church then. But he would act all hard. He would act, bro, like he was all that in a big bucket of boats. Then I continue to see him, just like so many dudes over the years. Busted at 18, busted and get at 19, seen him again at 20, seen him again at 23, seen him at 25, 20. It's a revolving door. It's a recidivism. Am I saying the word correctly? It's in and out, bro. People come in, people go out, they come right back in again. So many dudes I've seen over the years. Devil is one of them. So at 18, bro, he seemed like he hung out with black dudes. He said he was a devil dog. And then he becomes a skinhead from AVS, Antelope Valley Skinheads. Dude, and I'm an H5 with him, Wasco Reception. There's this dude named Jack there from Orange County who everyone was saying, "Shh, Jack's a brand member." That was a little rumor that, hey, Jack is a member of the Aryan Brotherhood, because supposedly a little tattoo he had. I had never seen it. It was just a real small, I don't know if it was a clover, I don't know what it was, but someone saw some little tattoo on Jack, and they said, "Oh, that dude's a brand member," just based on. But they never did point out the tattoo to me, and I looked at head to toe, man. Jack probably thought I was a creeper. Every time he's in the shower, I'm really checking him out. "Hey, what's up, Jack? No shower shark on mine. Just real curious about your tats. Here, I'll show you yours if you show me mine. I'll show you mine if you show me yours." No, I'm talking about tattoos, not peckers. Come on, Jack. So I don't even know that. Anyways, he had a tattoo, supposedly and apparently. So, dude, all these skinheads from Orange County at that time, and even Devil from AVS, were on that dude's nuts, just swinging, making his coffee in the morning, doing everything for him, bringing him the paper and a cigarette, lighting a cigarette, and "I love you, Paul." Dude, they were just on that dude's freaking nuts. And then one day, Devil, who slept next to me, tells me, "Dude, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Any day, there is going to be a kite coming for me, and it's going to say to remove me." And he said, "Dude, are you for me or against me?" He said, "If a kite comes talking about remove me, then I'm going to get in trouble. Splinter, you're going to have my back." And I said, "No, like, no, I'm not going against the grain for you." And if a kite comes saying, "Get rid of Devil," like, I'll be like, first to raise my hand. "Sorry, brother. I'm going to raise my hand, get you out of here." "No, okay, I won't raise my hand. I'll sit on them. I won't volunteer. But if they pick me, you got to go, dog." But I'm being facetious and sarcastic. Dude, no, I'm against you. Of course I'm not going to go against the grain to try to keep you here. But he would say, "Bro, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble." And I said, "For what? Why are you in so much trouble, dude?" And he said he read a kite. He said he was in Pleasant Valley, and that he had some kites. He left the hole, and he's supposed to hand them out. And when he handed the kites out, when he got out of the hole, they could tell they'd been opened. They could tell they'd been opened in red, and they marked him for elimination over some kites. That seems a little bit brutal to me. It seems like an overkill, but that's what he's saying. They want me gone. They want me just whacked, bro, over some kites. What kind of kites are these? Damn. I mean, I'm not carrying no kites. I mean, if that's the punishment we get. Anyways, come to find out, dude, it was about Jack. No, not about Jack from Orange County, who everyone said was a brand member. Jack off. Jacking off. It was over jacking off. Well, see that weird leap I made? It's into the video. I start getting crazy towards the end. This dude got accused, Devil did, of choking the chicken, of spanking Frank, of jacking off whenever a nurse walked by. Whenever a nurse would hit the tier to hand out the hot meds, or not hot meds, any kind of medication, maybe you get Malox, maybe you, I don't know what you get, brother, any kind of medication, not hot meds. I'm just checking you guys. We just said those are a no-no, right? Hey, you could be getting Tylenol. Who knows? She's on the tier handing out medication. She'd go by and look in. Maybe he got meds. Maybe she'd come over his door to give him his Malox, and he's being a maniaco. You're jacking off, bro, like I hear a lot of these perverts do. But she ain't going to take it sitting down. She ain't gonna take it laying down. No siree Bob. She gonna take us walking. She walked right over down the tier, and she told the homeboys, hey, get at your dog. Get at your dude over in 211. Every time I hit the tier, he's freaking choking the chicken. And so I guess they beat his ass bad because he didn't know she told. And so he ended up going to yard, and after yard, you could take a shower, and I guess they smashed him tough on the yard in the shower. And then brought him back in, separated him. He went PC, came back to prison, tried to go GP, hoping he could hide from it. No one's going to know about me choking the chicken, yada, yada. And no one did. He was at H5 with me, and no one knew about it. No one knew what a pervert he was, how he choked the chicken in front of that nurse. He's thinking a kite's going to come, though. He's lying and say, because he opened a kite. But, dude, his whole stay at Wasco never popped up. It never happened. No one ever said anything. It took like another whole violation because he didn't get got for that until he went to New Delano. And by then, he just rolled it up. He went to the yard, and he found out they were going to whack him as soon as he went into buildings. He just stayed on the yard. They're like, yard recall! Yard recall! Everyone come back in the buildings. Yard recall! And he's like, nope. Just stayed out in the yard. I'm not recalling jack shit. I'm not going back in there. Nope. You're going to have to come get me, coppers. So he rolled it up like that. Funny style ass devil. Anyways, hey, bro, that's what I got for now. Jen and I have not done the viewer's choice yet. I mess up sometimes when I do videos. I'm like, when I say I'm doing a video today, that means I'm thinking of it and doing the outline and the thumbnail, getting it prepared. It doesn't always mean release today. So when I said Jen and I are doing the viewer's choice today, I meant we're working on it. I believe we'll release our viewer's choice, mine and Jen's, Green Eyed Gemini. We got a cool video we're making. It's a viewer's choice. I believe we'll release that tomorrow morning. And we'll release this one right now. Hey, man, I'm going to cut the string and let it fly. Peace.